Next episode, 2 weeks later. What happened on that day, D-Train?
Oh,
Why did we take a break?
well, I can't really answer that. It was I think they were trying to avoid the other things that were on TV that night because it was a big night for season finales. So they figured like no one's gonna be watching Buffy because it's not doing that well.
Can I say what happened on the hockey side of the world?
Yeah, tell me.
All right. Well, in the West, do they call it the Western Conference
Sure.
Finals?
Yeah.
All right. The Western Conference Finals of the NHL. You had the. Damn it! I didn't write down where they're from.
Fucking
Detroit
hell.
Red Wings.
Yep, the Red Wings of Detroit.
And the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
All right. They were competing. Who was gonna go to the finals? All right. And I have to say, if you were a Detroit fan, you were celebrating because they won 4-2. If you
They
were
were
in
a hell of
Colorado,
a team
probably
at the
bummed
time.
out.
They had Steve Yzerman, Sergei Fedorov, some of the greats.
Who knew?
I did.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Bop, still number one song in the world.
Yeah. They also went on, by the way, to win the Stanley Cup that season.
Oh, the Red Wings did? That's
Yeah,
great.
they beat the Philadelphia Flyers in the finals. It's a big face-off. Steve Yzerman, the big star of the Red Wings, and Eric Lindros, the big star of the Flyers.
Two of the great fan bases of all time, Detroit and Philly.
Oh my God, you're right. What a trashy finals that must have been.
Seriously. I'm hardcore rooting for Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Do not want Philly to win.
What is it? It's the Chiefs and the Eagles?
Yeah, that's right.
I guess I am too. I might not watch this year. That sounds boring.
What? That's crazy. These are like two of the best offenses. This will be pretty good.
Eh.
I think it'll be good. Watch it. Rihanna,
I don't think there are
halftime.
any players I care about. Like who's big stars on those teams? Joe Elliott, the kicker on the Eagles.
What? That's who you go to?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I mean, they got rid of Tyreek Hill.
Oh right, Kelsey.
Juju Smith, Juju Chen
Moonves. Wow.
He's in the Super Bowl. And then on the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. You don't care about him. Miles Sanders. You don't care. AJ Brown.
I like Miles
Devontae
Sanders.
Smith. Is it Devontae Smith?
All right, you reminded me of some people. That does sound okay.
Yeah. Travis Kelce's brother,
Yeah,
Jason Kelce,
it's Kelsey
is the
versus
center.
Kelsey. I saw his mom wearing an amalgamated jersey of the two teams.
That's right, and they're tied in. Dallas Goedert. You ever hear of him?
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
He's like Zach Ertz light, basically.
I've had him before in fantasy.
Everybody's had Zach Ertz in fantasy.
No, I mean Goddard. I've had both of them actually.
Oh, that's what I meant. Because Zach Ertz also used to play for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that was the in between week. Then the real episode, Prophecy Girl, airs on June 2nd, 1997. Mbop still at the top of the charts. And The Lost World at the top of the movie charts. All right. And the big news that day, Timothy McVeigh found guilty of the Oklahoma City bombing.
Oh, my God.
You familiar with the Oklahoma City bombing?
Not really.
It was the biggest terrorist attack on American soil until 9/11.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's right. He killed like 150 people or something and injured a further like 700 or something. And he was like a crazy gun nut. And he was mad at the government because he didn't like the way they were enforcing. He was such a gun nut, Logan, that he quit the NRA because they were too soft on guns for him.
Wow. And where's he today?
Dead of lethal injection. They killed him, the government.
I did not expect that.
Okay. How about that? In 2001, I think pre 9/11. He would have loved 9/11.
He would have been pissed. They beat his record.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. He died thinking he was the best. All right. That was big news that day. And do you want to know what happened on Monday Night Raw that night?
Oh, of course.
They gave a tag team title opportunity to Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow, I don't even know about that duo.
Well, yeah, that's because they didn't last long. There was some infighting in that match. They lost the match to the Legion of Doom, who were the tag team champions at the time. Hawk and Animal. Ooh, what a rush. Remember that classic catchphrase? And
No.
then that was all leading to the King of the Ring pay-per-view, which was the following week, where Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin fought each other.
Wow. Who won that one?
I believe it was like a count out or something. Like there was no winner. But
Is Shawn Michaels the best at selling other people's moves ever?
I think he's up there. I think The Rock is great at it.
Yeah, they're both way oversell it, but they're both so good at it.
Yeah. And that was all leading up to Triple H, a fella named Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a fledgling superstar, winning the King of the Ring tournament that year and launching himself into superstardom. And now he runs the whole thing.
Yeah, goddamn, truly.
Yeah, wild shit. He ended up marrying the boss's daughter, and now he's the head of creative.
He got the boss fired.
Well, he's back now.
He's back, for real?
He's on the board. He made a power coup, like a Succession style power coup, and now Vince is back on the board trying to sell the company. He might sell WWE to Saudi Arabia, but Triple H is still in charge of creative, and that's why WWE is good right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right, so that's the big news.
Yeah, Joss Whedon wrote and directed this episode.
Yeah, first episode as director for Joss Whedon, first of many.
21 more.
Yeah, leads him to get hired as a movie director, makes those first two Avengers films. And I think immediately the show looks more cinematic under his direction.
Except for that one episode, the pack, when they were like, oh, look at all these hyena people walking around looking cool.
Well,
Remember that moment?
Oh, yeah. Well,
that was pretty cinematic.
With the classic song Job's Eyes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Classic. With the lightning bolt. Yeah, the pack fucking rules. Underrated ep.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Let's talk about it. Prophecy Girl, the big finale of our first season.
Damn, you have the pack second place in your ranking. Yes. Prophecy Girl, classic episode. 8.7 on IMDb, very high. I think second to Angel probably.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't know
right.
that for sure, but all right. So we start out. We get a fucking earthquake. There's like we see all of our characters doing different stuff. There's like Buffy's fighting a vampire. We see.
Well, you gloss over what I think is the best shot of the episode.
Oh, what's that?
Which is we first see Buffy fall into frame.
Oh, slow-mo.
This slow-mo fall into frame. I like that. And with Xander and Willow, they do the old switcheroo where you think Xander's asking Buffy out, but then they cut.
Think that.
Well, you're supposed to. And it turns out he's just practicing on Willow.
Yes, right. And Cordelia, she's in her car, like making out with her new boyfriend. Not Mitch. Don't get it confused. This is a new guy. I don't think we learn his name, but
I think we do. I just don't remember it. I'll look it up for you.
Okay. What if it's Owen? What if
it's definitely not Owen? I don't believe we see.
When does he come back? I'm excited for Owen to come back.
He doesn't. He just gets referenced again. I told you.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. The only one that comes back, I think, so aside from Mrs. Calendar, is that trophy. From the witch.
Yeah, the trophy. We do see that again. This fella's name is Kevin, by the way. And the actor who plays Kevin went on, he quit acting, became a producer, does a lot of work on Shark Week.
Oh, wow. So he only is employed for 1 week a year?
Well, he produces other shit, but that was the biggest thing I saw.
Okay. Shark Week, that was a big thing for me. I love Shark Week.
Same.
I think I was born during Shark Week, so
same.
It's just like naturally.
Shark Week wasn't a thing when I was born, but it's always on my birthday. Shark Week's going on.
Yeah, but we're born. We have the same birth week, basically.
That's right. What's your birthday? August 2nd or something?
3rd, yeah.
3rd,
3 days apart. Yeah. So, Giles is reading a book about the fucking master. Oh, it's that book from the last episode that Angel was like.
It's the Pergamum Codex, which was delivered by Angel, and when he went to deliver it, he was like, "Oh, I smell gas." Saved them.
Oh, that was then?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't put that together. I
Mm-hmm.
guess you're right. Oh yeah. So yeah, he's reading that book, and it's all about the fucking master and how Buffy's gonna die, or maybe that's not that much. I
Well,
don't know.
he's translating shit, and then he seems very troubled by something, and it's that he read that the master is going to kill Buffy. That's
And
part of the
then,
prophecy.
everything's shaking, and was it an earthquake or was it? Oh, I guess it was the master.
It was an earthquake, but there are signs of the apocalypse happening. As Miss Calendar says, a cat gave birth to some snakes, and
Yeah, like somebody's eyes were backwards.
yeah, a kid was born with his eyes facing inward. And I think one
Yeah,
other
that's
thing that I don't
scary.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are definitely three things. Yeah. So I guess we'll start with Giles. The next day, Giles Buffy shows up to school, and Giles is like, "Oh, thank God, Buffy, you're alive. I was so worried that something had happened to you, because he doesn't know what's going on right now."
That's not the case at all, by the way.
Oh, really?
He can't pay attention. He's so wrapped up in his head that Buffy's gonna die that he's not even paying attention to Buffy. And Buffy's like, "Hey, I killed 3 vampires last night. Give me some props."
Oh yeah. I guess you're right. She's kind of annoyed with him. Like, hey, fucking acknowledge what I'm saying right now. Yeah, he's so focused on the impending doom that's about to take place. Um, and so Buffy says, "Hey, I have to go to fucking biology class. I'll see you later." And so then we cut to after biology class. Everybody's leaving, and Xander's like, "Hey, Buffy, can I like have a word with you for a second?"
Oh,
And
this
Buffy's
scene is
like, "What the
so
fuck,
brutal
man?"
on so many levels. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, basically he says, "Hey, Buffy, I like you," and she's like, "Hey, I don't. I just want to be friends." And he's real sad. He swings
No,
his backpack around when he's
he
walking off.
does.
I
I
like that
noticed that
moment.
too. All right, he goes, yeah, you know, what does he say to her? Like, either you
I
feel
like
something
you.
or you don't. And she goes, I don't. It's heartbreaking. But then Xander reacts so poorly. So fucking he's such an asshole about it. He goes, I guess a guy's gotta be undead to make time with you.
Yeah, she's like,
What
"That's
kind of a
fucking
line
messed
is
up."
that? Jesus. And she goes, that's harsh. Which it
Yeah,
is.
she liked Owen, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. That guy was alive.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just not into you, dude. She wants to be friends. You're likable and funny, but you're not that fuckable, dude.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't want you to acknowledge what I'm saying because I don't want it to spoil anything about the future of the show. But I don't like I sort of think that Xander and Willow are going to end up together. I don't know. I literally don't know anything. I could be totally off and everyone could be laughing at me or whatever. But that's sort of the feeling that I get. And I would not like that. I don't like that Willow is just like such like a loser right now with
Well, I think
Xander.
she kind of grew a backbone with Xander this week
She
because
did. No, she did. She
Xander
said
tries to
no.
use her as like a backup. Like, hey, why don't we go to the fucking dance together? And she's like, I'm not going to the dance with you, wishing you were there with Buffy. So, shut up.
You're right. But I think that if that is the outcome of this show, I think they're gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting to get me to the point of accepting that. Because right now I don't like that narrative that he was so into Buffy and he even like used her all the time to be like, "Hey, help me practice to get Buffy," and she was so willing to, and then eventually he turns around and is like, "Hey, no, Willow, actually," and she's just like, "Oh yeah, that's great, that's fine." I
Yeah.
would not like that. So they're gonna have to do a lot
I
to get me there.
badly
That's all
want to
I'm saying.
spoil you right now, but I'm
I
going to
know,
not.
but don't. That's all I'm saying. So then we get Mrs. Calendar. She shows up. It was great to see her again. What's her first name again?
Jenny Calendar.
Jenny Calendar. Jennifer Calendar. Do they ever call her that?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, okay, that'd be pretty good. So yeah, she's
Wait,
around. She
wait.
must.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Wow,
they
you
do call her.
remember that?
Yeah, yeah. Because at one point we meet her uncle, and he calls her Jennifer.
Okay. Can I tell you what I think of when I hear the name Jennifer? I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Yeah.
Then in the movie Fired Up, there's that guy who, not the guy from, not the brunette guy, but the blonde guy. You know what I'm talking
Okay.
about?
I don't.
He's like,
I watched it once, and I don't remember much about it.
okay, I think he's on like one of those cop shows or something. He was in Community. He like Allison Brie liked him. He played or maybe Britta liked him. He played the guitar and like sang songs about like the humanity or something. I don't remember
I
exactly.
do remember that episode.
But Anyway, they date a bunch of girls in that
Oh, he's the
movie.
dude he played
Something Olsen, right?
Eric Christian Olsen. I know him as the young either young Jim Carrey or Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumberer.
Gotta be Jeff Daniels. Jim Carrey wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he is. He is.
I gave that movie a 3, Logan. I liked Fired Up.
I love Fired Up, yeah. But they see lots of girls and he gets girls confused and he's walking with his friend and he's like, what's her name? What's her name? And he's like, Jennifer. And he's like, Jennifer. And he sings her name when he's talking to her to sort of like make her forget that he forgot her name. It's really
That's
funny.
fun.
Sorry, I was thinking about that. Jennifer.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's Jennifer Calendar, and she must like Giles because she's hanging out in the library when I don't think she needs to be. And she's like, "Hey, there's some weird stuff going on at this school. Last time, what episode was she in?
I
The
Robot
computer
You,
one?
Jane. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Giles is like, I don't know if I could trust you, and she's like, what are you talking about? I helped you cast out that demon from the internet.
Yeah, and so since then, she's like, weird shit's going on. So I did some research, and I know, right? You brought up like she knows like some weird stuff's been going on, some apocalyptic type shit, and so she's like, I'm gonna help you guys out. So I like Jenny Calendar. She's just like a nice lady,
Yeah,
and
she's a helper.
she brings up something about this guy that I don't know if we got a conclusion on or anything. Maybe they're setting him up for the next season. This guy, Brother Luca. What's this dude's deal?
That's not a setup for anything.
Oh, he's she says like he was been like in contact with her.
I know. He's like a monk that knows shit about this prophecy. And
I thought it kind of went nowhere.
It did go nowhere. I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
Yeah, so that did not work for me. But all right, Brother Luca, there he was. At first, I had to rewind because I was like, wait, Luke is back? D-Train said that Luke died, and I thought we'd never see him. But no,
we'll see the actor again next season.
Oh, really? That actor comes back?
I told you he plays like in different demon makeup.
I wonder if I'll catch him when he comes back.
Yeah, I hope you do. I won't mention it ahead of time.
Yeah, please don't. So then, great moment here where Willow. First of all, Cordelia's like, "Hey, Willow, we're gonna be friends," because in the last episode it ended where Cordelia thanked them. She was like, "Hey guys, thanks for like helping me out with everything."
Yeah,
right?
and then Mitch is like, "Why are you talking to these losers?"
Right. Yeah, and she's like, "I'm not. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But they're broken up, so she doesn't have to pretend anymore. And so she goes to Willow. I guess she's still a little pretending, but she's like, "Hey, Willow, I'm doing a party at the." I don't know what was going on. She's like, come be like the DJ, like do the sound system.
Yeah, she said that she tried to use like the Bronze's sound system, but they won't let her, so she has to set up her own. And Willow, she doesn't know how to do it, so she asked Willow to do it.
Yes, that's right. And that doesn't really go. I think that's just a setup that her boyfriend didn't show up and then he died.
Absolutely. All it is so Willow can see all those dead bodies.
Yeah. I really wasn't as in love with this episode, Joe. Like that whole thing was felt like kind of nothing to me, and then Brother Luca felt nothing. No, I liked it too, but it just felt like this is the finale.
But then Willow like talking to Buffy about it in her bedroom later, like that's a good scene.
Oh, and she's like shaken. She's like in shock about the whole thing. Yeah, that's
she's like,
right.
It wasn't our world anymore.
Really, that's the second time we've seen Willow's bedroom because in the iRobot this. Oh yeah, no, this is the next episode. I was gonna say these writers love to do Willow's bedroom, but in iRobot You Jane, we went in there and we sort of talked. She's in there for a second, and I think the gang goes in. They're like, "Oh, she's gone." I don't know.
Yeah, but they found something on her computer, I think.
Yes, pointing them in the right direction. Mm-hmm. But the great moment where Willow walks into a classroom, Xander. This would be like if someone was doing this, they'd be the coolest person in school. Xander is sitting on the fucking teacher's desk, throwing a tennis ball at the wall. If someone was doing that, they would be so cool.
That's not true because I 100% did that in high school.
Well, you're the coolest person.
I'm not.
But that would be so cool. Someone who cared that little, they were just like throwing a tennis ball in class, sitting on the desk. Oh man, that's my idol right there.
Oh my god.
So big points there for Xander in
Yeah.
this episode.
I thought Xander had a fun episode, man. I like he says he's gonna go home and listen to country music, the music of pain. And then later in the episode you see Willow calling him on the phone and he's just lying there.
Oh,
Listen,
I didn't put that together.
yeah, he's listening to I Fall to Pieces by Patsy Cline, and then he takes the phone off the hook.
Damn, that'd be a great outro if we didn't have to do mbop. That
Yeah.
would be so good. I didn't even put that together. That's what he was doing in that moment, was
Yeah.
listening to the country music. But that's great. That I love that also, how he's laying upside down in the bed. I always love
Yeah,
that
that's
move.
a great shot.
Have you ever like cared that little about your day? You're just like, I'm just gonna sleep at the end of my bed, because that's happened like 5 times in my life probably, and it really changes. Like you really feel like completely different.
It happens
It's
to me
weird. It's like
frequently.
it's a weird feeling when that happens.
I guess I just like to change it up sometimes. Like, now I live with a girl, so I sleep with her, and so I sleep on the same side of the bed as her. But when I was by myself in Brooklyn, and I had a twin bed, and I would alternate. Like sometimes I'd be like, I'm gonna sleep on this side tonight.
I'll tell you when. Yeah, I think I'm misremembering this, because when I binge watched Better Call Saul in early 2022, the way my room was set up, I would just like fall asleep, because I would lay opposite in my bed and watch it like that. So I would fall asleep. So I guess you're right. I would do that a lot. But yeah, if everyone try that. That's a pretty good way to
Fun
sleep.
stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, he asks Willow out, and Willow was like,
Fuck
"No,
off.
sorry, bro."
Yeah.
And yeah, so weird moment here where I thought we were dreaming, but I guess not. Buffy, she's like in school, walking around at night. By the way, this school is just open 24 hours a day, right? There's so many scenes where these students are just walking around at night.
No, it's true. There's so many, like, in Armageddon time, they have to like sneak into the school at night, and
Right.
they have to like
Yeah.
go through a window and shit. That is not necessary with Sunnydale.
No, exactly. There's the moment, I don't remember which was it, this episode? I guess it's this one, where Cordelia is trying on that dress. Might have been the last one actually.
That was the last one.
And yeah, it's like nighttime, and she's just like in a classroom trying on a dress, and it's like, what is going on at this moment?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're, where was I? They're walking around. Oh, she goes to like a bathroom, and she's like gonna wash her hands or something. I don't remember. And there's blood in the sink, and you're like, oh my god, this is a nightmare. But then Angel's there, and he's like talking to Giles about the master.
No, it's meant to be another sign of the apocalypse. Blood coming from the faucet.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that like a telltale sign
Yeah, I've heard that.
that something's afoot?
Yeah.
The faucet, bloody faucet. All right, so she overhears. Uh-oh, master's gonna kill me. And so she's like, guys, I don't want any part of this anymore. I quit.
This is Sarah Michelle Gellar's shining moment of season 1.
Yeah, if you guys thought I wasn't gonna give her the MVP in this episode, you guys haven't listened to
I'm
any
even
of
gonna
these.
give her the MVP in this episode.
Yeah, she's great in this episode. Xander tries real hard.
Oh my god! But
throwing that tennis ball.
that moment, it breaks my heart, Logan. Like I get choked up when I watch this every time.
When she says like, "Is it gonna hurt?" That's
yeah,
pretty
is it
upsetting.
gonna hurt? That's really bad. And then she goes, "I'm 16 years old. I don't want to die."
Yeah.
Oh, I just got
Damn.
chills saying that.
I don't like when they keep telling us her age though, because I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I can't think Sarah Michelle Gellar is attractive. So I don't always love that.
She's
yeah.
I think she's 19 in real life, so it's okay.
I know, but whenever they say that, I'm like, oh wait, oh yeah. So yeah, that was quite upsetting. Great scene, and Buffy had the moment with Xander earlier where she's like, no, I just want to be friends. Great Buffy episode, probably her best since her dad showed up. I think those are like her two best moments in this. Or it's probably Angel. She's probably good in Angel.
Yeah,
too.
she's got a bunch, but I think this scene, she's a fucking star. Like it's a lot of emotional weight to carry in this episode, and she fucking nails it.
Yeah, she does. Then we go home. We didn't see Mom in the last episode, but
yeah, check in on Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce. I forgot her name was Joyce. And she's nice. She's like, "Hey, Buffy, what's going on? You seem a little down. Look, maybe check your closet. I got you a little something."
Yeah.
And she opens her closet, and there's a beautiful dress in there.
She says, "I saw you eyeing it at the store," and I'm like, "When were Joyce and Buffy shopping together?"
You don't think they go shop
No, I,
together?
I guess I have to believe it. They said it.
Yeah. They sort of mentioned a few times how Buffy doesn't eat.
Yeah, she says I can afford it the way you eat.
Yeah, and when she first walks in the room, she's like, "I noticed like you didn't touch any of your food or something like that." She mentions it like twice in that same
You know
scene.
what though? She's always out with the gang. I got to imagine like they're eating on the go.
Okay, all right, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
That's fine. We also learned that Joyce, I guess is her name,
Mhm.
went to the dance once. She didn't have a date, just like Buffy doesn't have a date, and but she didn't let that cramp her style. She was like, "I'm gonna go and have fun anyway." So she went and she caught the eye of a fella there, and that was her father.
Yeah,
What's the
Hank.
dad's name?
Hank
Hank. Hank. Uh,
Summers.
Summers. Hank Summers was there with
And he
another
was
girl,
there
by the
with a
way.
date. Yeah,
He
fucking
fucking
Joyce
cheated. She
stole
should have
him.
known this dude was gonna leave,
Yeah,
right?
good point, man. He's fickle.
Yeah, isn't it like the way you get them is the way you're gonna lose them? Isn't that the
Oh
something
my
like that?
god,
The
is
saying?
it?
Yeah, if they cheat on the person they're with before you, they're gonna cheat on you. That's a
That's not
thing.
necessarily true. I've cheated
I
on
guess not
people
always.
and then been faithful to the person I cheated with.
Hey, but not 100% of the time. But it's in their DNA. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
they're a
possibility.
possible cheater.
Possible cheater. Um, yeah. So that happened. We learned that. That was pretty nice to learn. Um, so then we sort of get. Oh no! This is not that moment. Is this when we get Colin?
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh no, this is
Well,
when we see the classroom of those dead people,
yeah,
Cordelia's boyfriend and those guys.
yeah. Well, yeah, we have a lot of setup before Colin shows up because at this point Buffy has announced that she's quit being a slayer.
That's right.
So she kind of then she gets the dress and she goes over Willow's and hears about the vampires and it kind of gets her back in the frame of mind to slay.
Yeah. Well, it's according. I think she's been slaying this whole time.
Yeah, slay queen.
So yeah, we get Colin. The master's like, "Hey, fucking." By the way, why hasn't Colin done this the whole time? Like, gone out to retrieve her? If he can leave, like the
He's
master's.
lazy.
Yeah, really. The master's whole thing is I can't leave, but Colin doesn't have that same
He's got
problem.
little legs. It would take a long time to get up there.
Yeah, I guess so. But they send Colin out. They're like, "Go fetch me my son, or fetch me my." I don't know what he says, but he tells her to go fetch Buffy, and so he goes off to go get her. And
I like that moment with the master early in the episode where he guesses the Richter scale of the earthquake.
yeah, that was okay. That was okay. That's like right to start the episode. He's like,
Yeah,
he guesses it, and then it like goes right into the theme song. It's like,
that's
all
right.
right, Joss Whedon, gang. And then we get Buffy. She goes to the library and she's like, "Remember that time when I quit? I take it back. I don't want to quit anymore. I want to go defeat the fucking master. This guy has been a menace and I want to rid him of my life." And Giles is like, "No, I can't let you do that. It's too dangerous." So Buffy punches him right in the face and knocks him out.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
I
have a
like that.
question.
And she says to Jenny Calendar, when he wakes up, tell him, think of something cool. Tell him I said it.
Yeah, I like that moment too.
Mm.
Um, Buffy wears, I think, multiple different leather jackets. Am I wrong about that?
I think it's
Is it
just
always
supposed
the
to be the
angel
one.
jacket?
I think it's supposed to be, even if it's not.
Okay, because
She also throws down that cross that Angel gave her when she quits and picks it back up, puts it on when she
oh, it
becomes
was
a
still on the
Slayer again.
floor.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was on a table or something. She picked it up.
Oh, okay. Um, but I have noticed I do think the jackets kind of look different occasionally, and I never know if it's meant to be the angel jacket or not. But I guess just anytime there's a leather jacket. Master also has a leather jacket, right?
The Master?
Right? What does he wear on his torso?
He might have a jacket.
I think it's a leather jacket.
All
I think
right.
he wears one too. So I kind of like that. This show just has leather jackets.
It's a popular
Uh,
look. Maybe it's why I wanted a leather jacket.
like the X-Men, they have leather jackets.
Yeah, they do.
In the movies anyway. Well, I guess
They did
what are
for a
they
while in the comics.
like black leather though?
Some of them
It's pretty boring for
like
a
black
comic.
and yellow.
Oh, like
Yeah, but it was after the movie. They wanted the comic to look more like the movie, so they dressed him down a little bit for a while.
Okay. All right. So Buffy comes out. She's like, "Hey, Colin. Colin's gonna take me to the master. I'm gonna follow Colin, and we're gonna go take this dude on." Then Angel knock 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 on Angel's door. Angel opens the door. Xander's there. You're like,
I
"Oh
love
my
this
gosh,
scene.
yeah, this is pretty cool." Xander comes in. He's like, "Hey, bro. I know we don't really get along, but Buffy is in danger."
Yeah,
And
he
they're
goes, "At
like,
the end of the day, I pretty much think you're a vampire," which is
"Yeah,
a great line.
yeah, pretty funny." And they basically say, "Hey, we both love Buffy, but we are going to come together to save her." And so that's great. They join forces, and I hope they do more often. I sort of like their dynamic. I like
Yeah,
them
they had a
together.
cute little dynamic. Xander's like, "You're looking at my neck."
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, you
Yeah.
quit looking at my neck, bro. I think Xander is way better than Angel. What do you think?
I like them both.
Yeah, I guess you like them both. So Buffy, she enters the Master's lair, and she sort of roasts him. She's like, "Hey, fucking, you got to get like an interior decorator in here to sort of fix this stuff going on
You got
because
some
this
water
is
damage.
oh yeah, the water damage. This is like you got to fix it." And so that's pretty good. She sort of offends him. And so what starts to happen is they think they're like the Hellmouth is going to open up. We have to find out where it is. And so like in a previous episode, I don't remember which
It was the
one,
harvest.
the harvest. They sent those vampires to go and take over. And that happened at the bronze. And so they're like, all right, so the bronze must be the Hellmouth. We're going to go to the bronze and like jump in front of this
Yeah, this
and
is Willow and Miss Calendar you're talking about.
that yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Giles just sort of sent them and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna stay back and do a little more research, but you guys go fight them. I'm gonna.
I
It's
don't
okay."
think they were supposed to fight them. They were supposed to
What were they
go
going to
and
do?
because there was the dance. There was going to be a dance, a school dance that night at the
Spring fling.
Bronze. Spring fling, that's right. And I think they were just supposed to go and like tell everybody like there's some shit going down. Everybody leave.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what they do is they go to do that, but when they're about to leave, there's vampires all over the place.
It
There's
looks
like
like The Walking Dead.
it did look like The Walking Dead. There's like 30 vampires all over the place. They're in what are they in their car? Are they walking? I don't
They're
remember.
walking, but then they get saved by a car.
Yeah. And if you remember, I actually love this touch. The first time we saw Cordelia in this episode, she was smooching with her boyfriend in her car.
That's right.
And now she saves the day in her car from the very beginning. And you're like, oh, but Cordelia. And so she saves them because she's nice now. She's a good guy. And so she takes them. It's like when everyone in Fast and Furious becomes part of the family.
Yeah,
Cordelia's in the family now.
she's officially like a Shaw.
She is a Shaw. She's Deckard Shaw. She's what's the other one's name? Owen Shaw. Owen.
Right.
Oh my god.
Wow. What a discovery.
So she is part of the family. She saves them, takes them back, and they sort of like beat up the vampires
But
and
she
hold down the
drives
fort.
through the whole school.
Oh, she does.
Skip
That's
that
awesome.
shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. She drives through into the library.
You see Giles in the library and he like hears a car and he's like, "What?"
Wait, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
It's like when Stephanie Tanner backed into the kitchen.
Just like that, yeah.
Do you remember that? That's a great episode.
Classic
And then she
stuff.
like dumped cement
How
everywhere.
rude that was.
Yeah, that was really rude. And then she like got so scared that she was gonna get in trouble that she went to Aunt Becky's house. Like before Aunt Becky and Jesse were married, they were just dating. She went to Becky's apartment and was like, "Hey, can I live with you, Aunt Becky?"
Yeah, I do kind of remember that.
That was pretty cute. Yeah, so they hold down the fort at the library, and the library starts to open up. That's the real Hellmouth,
Yeah.
not the bronze. So,
it had already opened up. Like when the earthquake happened, like it fucked up the floor of the library, and so now you're seeing like some tentacles come out of it.
well, why? How did he not know that that was maybe the Hellmouth if it opened up the library?
Well, I think he just thought that it was damage from the earthquake.
Come on, Giles.
Yeah, I know. Giles needs to get it together.
All right, so then the Master fucking like chokes out Buffy, almost kills her, almost drowns her in water, also. And then Xander and Angel come in, and Xander does the thing. Well, Angel first of all is like, "I have no breath because I'm a vampire. You have
Yeah.
to give her CPR."
Well, at this
So
point, Buffy is dead. Technically,
she legit dies.
Yeah, like that's why like the prophecy comes true. Like the Master did kill Buffy. She
Oh, wow.
suffocated in that pool of water.
Like Mr. Glass, or like Unbreakable.
Yeah,
David Dunn.
like David Dunn in that pool, and yeah, so she has to get revived. And Angel can't do
No,
it 'cause
remember he
doesn't have
drowned in
breath,
that
so-
puddle
In a puddle?
in glass. That's how David
Oh, that's
Dunn died.
right. I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah, they legit kill him in a puddle. It's
Yeah.
pretty upsetting.
All right, but Xander, he saves the day.
Xander did?
Xander fucking saves Buffy's life because Angel doesn't have breath.
Right.
So he CPRs her back awake. Incredible stuff.
Incredible stuff. Not only did he actually do that, but if he didn't go to save her in general, she would have just died. So like he did the finishing blow, but also it was his whole idea to save her. So double great job by Xander there.
Yeah. An integral part of the team at this point.
Absolutely. Then a crazy moment, one of the crazier moments from the entire season, I thought. We see Buffy, Xander, and Angel. They're on their way to the library because they got to reunite with the gang, defeat the Master, and take back what's it called, Sunnydale?
Yeah.
Take back Sunnydale. But on their way to the library, the fucking Buffy theme song is playing while they're walking. That was so nuts to me. I've never heard that.
They go Cordelia. They show Cordelia in the library, and like everything's going crazy. The vampires are all breaking in, and she goes, "Somebody help!" And that's when it cuts to them, like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. That doesn't happen a lot in shows where like the theme will randomly just come on,
it'll
right?
never happen again on this show. It's a crazy moment.
It did remind me of one moment, and like it's like in one of the last few episodes of Breaking Bad when he being Walter White, obviously, he's like on the run and he's got like the beard and everything in like Vermont or wherever he is. And he's at the bar and he leaves that glass and it plays like the theme song. Do you remember that at all?
No, I don't.
It's the one moment where they play like
it goes blow, 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 blow.
It does that exactly. When he's walking out and he leaves, it shows like the glass that he left. It's fucking awesome. It reminded me of that one moment from Breaking Bad. But yeah, so that was pretty crazy. They played the theme song, but I wasn't that against it. It was pretty cool. So yeah, they show up. They fucking fight
Buffy's
the Master.
So badass during that whole scene, man.
The fight?
No, like when she's walking, they like see a vampire outside the school. She goes,
she's like, "No,
look,
biggie,
a bad guy."
Look, a bad guy. That's great.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. So great job there by my MVP of season 1, Buffy. So they kill the Master basically, right? Oh, it's kind of cool how they do it. She kicks him off the roof. He's like He's like a fucking
even kick him, man. She does like some sort of crazy wrestling move to him.
Oh well, he's like a pervert. What do you call that? A voyeur. They're like because he's watching the Hellmouth open up and kill these people, and he's just like on the ceiling or on the roof, just like, oh yes, my plan is coming together.
Yeah.
But Buffy's like, not today, and she punches him through the glass
she
ceiling.
like suplexes him, and she says, "You got fruit punch mouth," which I like.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. What was that?
Well, his mouth
she was gonna punch him.
Is
in the
red.
mouth?
No, it's just his mouth is like reddish.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Never heard that before. There are other flavors, right? Other than red,
What are
cherry.
you talking about? Fruit
Fruit
punch is always red.
Oh, fruit punch. I was thinking like Kool-Aid or something. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, they defeat the Master. No longer. It was good knowing you, the Master. Oh yeah, they kick him because Giles at one point breaks a table, And Buffy is like, oh, I can use the wood from the table
Yep.
to kill him. So she kicks him. He falls, lands on the table. It kills him, turns him into a skeleton.
That's right. He leaves behind bones, which we've never seen a vampire do before. I think the idea is that these ancient vampires both have
Oh,
animal characteristics because he looks like a bat and leave behind skeletons.
okay. So if Angel ever dies, he's really old. He was in like Europe
He's
terrorizing
not that
people.
old. He's 200
He
something years
okay.
old. The master's supposed to be like 1,000 years old or something.
Okay, I was gonna say he would turn into skeletons, but I
Nah.
guess not. So, see you later, Master. It was nice knowing you. But Anointed One still on the loose. He
That's
could come
true.
back at some point. Colin is not dead, guys. So, if you guys were gonna bail on the season, thinking fucking Master's dead, why do I want to watch anymore? Colin is not. Colin is still at
He's still
large.
out there, man. We'll see him.
So don't even sweat that. So, I will give it what? I'll give it a 3.
A fucking 3?
What I give? Should I give it a 4?
That's how it's at least a 4. I'm gonna give this the first Buffy 5.
Yeah, I don't know. The there was like the Luca stuff.
Who cares? That's a minor part of the episode. There's so many great scenes in this episode. Like endless iconic shit happening.
All right.
I'm 16 years old. I don't want to die. Xander with Angel. The reviving Buffy with the CPR. The awesome fight at the end. There's so much going on.
The setup with Cordelia's car, I thought was great.
That shit's awesome.
But also her boyfriend, like the whole Willow. Hey Willow, do the speakers at my thing. Oh, boyfriend didn't go because he's dead.
That
was
leads
sort of
to a lovely scene between Willow and Buffy. I thought.
I didn't love that as much. Where she's just like on her bed, all sad.
You're just not a Willow guy for some reason.
I'm really not.
Yeah.
I really hope that season 2, Allison Hannigan gets a little more to do. Is it her? I don't think it's her. I think it's I think it's actually Willow. I think Hannigan's fine.
I think you'll like Willow eventually. I don't know when it's gonna happen though. Maybe season.
Maybe when Pike
shows
up.
I don't want to say anymore.
Right?
Pike. It's Spike.
Oh shit! Yeah, Pike was in the movie.
Pike is Luke Perry.
Right. Pike is Buffy's ex, right? Because that's canon.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So all right. So I'll give it a 4. I guess you can bully me into giving it a 4. But I kind of like the witch more, and I gave that 3. I feel
you like the fucking witch episode more than this?
I think the witch is like the best balance of like home school, like high school, like the actual high school element of like the cheerleaders. I think all of like the villainous stuff is good. The twists are good where the mom is actually like she's been poisoning her to like keep her in their body. That's everything worked in that episode. I thought it's a really great episode.
This is an astonishing opinion.
This one, I guess, like plays more into the big narrative. Of
Buffy. This is a big episode, man, and it's Whedon's first as director. It looks great.
Looks great.
This to me is the high point of the season, and the first one that sort of feels like what season 2 is going to become.
All right, I'll put it second place. Angel, then this one, then Witch.
You could put it under Witch if you want. Third place is okay. But yeah, it's for sure my first place episode of the season.
Okay. Who's your MVP of the whole season?
Buffy.
Yeah, it's got to be Buffy. LVP of the whole season?
I don't know. I like everybody.
Well, your least favorite episode was I, Robot, You, Jane. The Pack was your third favorite.
Yeah. That all checks out. Maybe my LVP this season's Angel of the main cast because he just gets so much better.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. He had a few. He was a big part in Angel and this one, and those are the two best episodes of the
those
season.
are his showcase episodes. But he'll get more consistent going forward, I think.
That makes sense. I hope Mrs. Calendar, Jennifer Calendar, gets more consistent. I hope that we start to see her more. I like her, that she's just like wants to help out. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
We should read our Patreon questions, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so here we go. Here are a few of the comments on the Patreon. If you didn't leave anything in season 1, maybe get in on the action season 2.
Absolutely.
All right. Joshua Langford says, they did the best they could with season 1. The show doesn't really find itself until season 2. The emotional moments and stories they hit are so good, and it really only gets better and better. This might be my favorite of y'all's shows. Oh, wow. I agree. I think I might agree. I love just doing this one.
I agree with everything he said.
Everything.
Yeah.
Only going to get better.
Yeah.
Gets better and better. So you think continually gets better, or you think peaks like season 2, season 3?
My favorite is season 3, but like it gets more and more complex and adult and fascinating.
Okay. Well, according to Angelica Joyce, she says, I will go on record and say that season 2 of Buffy is the greatest season of television ever written.
Not even my favorite season in the Buffyverse, by the way.
Yeah.
Because season 4 of Angel is my favorite season.
Oh, shit. Really?
That's
Of
right.
all these?
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I feel Prophecy Girl is the direct reason this show ever got a second season, let alone 6 more. Definitely the first 5-star of the series.
I do think Prophecy Girl probably had a lot to do with it. It's a good mission statement for the show. WB probably saw it and was like, all right.
Yeah,
this
Josh
got
put
potential.
his stamp on it. So,
Yeah.
hey guys, check this out. William Anastasio says, SMG's acting in that finale was great. The whole cast brought it, and I'm very much ready for season 2. Somewhat overshadowed, but I actually like the Invisible Girl episode.
Same, bro. Too. Same.
I wasn't as big of a fan, but you really liked it. I like that she had that little camp up in the attic.
Yeah,
that was sort of neat. It reminded me of Malignant.
If I was invisible, you couldn't catch me near my fucking high school. Even if I was in high school, I would just be out in the world.
That's a great point. Why the fuck is she sticking around?
Yeah, well, she's trying to get revenge, I guess. But Xander says if he was invisible, he'd be patrolling the girls' locker room.
That's a little much.
Yeah,
he's like ratting himself out there.
I know. There's a movie. There's a movie from the '80s called The Invisible Kid. I remember that was kind of the entire premise of that movie. It was just this invisible kid perving on the girls' locker room.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'm sure it's great.
It was the '80s.
Yeah, but there you go. Thank you to everybody who wrote anything to us or who listens to this, because I really love doing this.
Yeah, I love it too. It's so fun. So much fun.
How many episodes are in season 2? Is it more than this?
Yeah, 22 eps.
Wow, 22. Should we get a guest on for the next season?
No.
Okay, no guest. Any teases? What are the first 2 episodes called?
I'll tell you the titles of the first 2 episodes. Episode 1, also written and directed by Joss, I believe, is called When She Was Bad.
Oh.
And then episode 2 is called Some Assembly Required.
All right. Well, that one has to be about like a toy, some kind of toy that comes to life. And the first, what was it called again?
When She Was Bad.
When she was bad. This is when we're going to get the trophy, the mom in the trophy. She's going to come back, but now she's good. And they're going to be like, oh, listen, when she was bad, everything was bad, but now she's good.
I want you to know that the trophy coming back is not the focus of an episode. It is
it's like
it is in passing. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm going to be bummed about it.
Well, yeah, clearly it's your favorite episode of the show.
That's third favorite.
All right.
All right, that's exciting. So, When She Loved Me,
When She Was Bad
from Toy Story 2, and then Some Assembly Required. Did I get that one right? Is that about a toy?
No.
What? That's not about a toy.
No. You'll
see. That's like a toy thing, right?
Yeah, but it's used. You'll see. It's clever. It's a clever title.
Is it a dildo?
No, I don't believe we ever see a dildo on Buffy, unfortunately.
That's a shame. Mom could like catch her and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I've definitely read that fanfic.
Yeah, I bet. That's funny. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We're talking about fan fiction now. It's time to end the podcast.
To wrap it up.